Let's set the stage. Two warrior princesses, each reigning from violently different corners of the galaxy. One is clad in the royal armor of Tamaran, crackling with violet energy and ambition. The other, infamous for her green skin and deadlier green blade, carved her legend alongside the most ruthless outlaws in space. If you're looking for the galaxy's fiercest warrior princess, you find yourself torn between Blackfire and Gamora. But which one truly deserves the title? First, let's consider Blackfire, name that ignites fear even in the most fortified hearts. Born commander, elder sister to Starfire, her path has always been defined by conflict and shadows. Her anger wasn't just hot, it was nuclear. Banished from Tamaran after a betrayal that left her powers distorted and her reputation ruined. Blackfire learned early. The universe wasn't going to crown her willingly, so she clawed and schemed. It's not content just to survive. She rose, gathering armies from the scraps and detritus of the cosmos. Her tactics? Ruthless. No notion of fair play, no remorse for enemies or, often all is trampled in her way. She has the strength to shatter buildings and the will to burn loyalties for a throne she truly believes is hers by right. Mercy is not in her vocabulary, but fierceness is more than brute force and malice. So let's turn now to Gamora, known across the universe as the deadliest woman alive. Gamora's legacy is written in the blood-red ink of battlefields. Adopted by Thanos, her childhood was anything but gentle. Trained in stealth, combat, and assassination since she could stand, she outpaced beings with centuries more experience. Her drive for perfection bordered on obsession. Failure meant death, or at least a punishment worse than death in Thanos' twisted care. But here's what sets Gamora apart. After escaping Thanos, she did more than just fight for her own survival. She made a conscious choice to become something else, to carve her own code out of the chaos. She became not just a killer, but a protector, choosing with whom and for what she lifted her sword. Her battles were drenched in desperation, yes, but they were also measured by the grit it takes to fight for a cause instead of a master. So fierce. That word hangs in the void between them. And to measure it, you have to strip back the layers. Wait. Blackfire's fierceness is all about hunger's ceaseless appetite for power, revenge, and recognition. When she storms the throne rooms of her enemies, it's not enough to win. She needs to be feared to have her victims know exactly who ended them. Her charisma is as intense as her rage. She wins followers through intimidation, sometimes respect, often fear. Her history is littered with betrayals, including her own family, because for Blackfire, nothing outweighs her claim to glory. But Gamora, her battles are forged in regret. Every strike, every dodge traces back to a life she didn't choose, but refuses to be defined by. When Gamora fights, she's unleashing years of training meant to unmake her humanity. She's using it to save lives, sometimes at the cost of her own happiness. Fierceness, for her, means not just how hard you can hit, but whether you can rise again after every scar, every loss, every betrayal. Sometimes that means risking friendships, sometimes the future of the galaxy itself. Now, let's talk track records. Blackfire has toppled monarchies, feared by the Galactic Ruling Council, her name echoing through prisons and war zones alike. She holds grudges like their royal decrees. Her style is direct: incinerate everything that stands in her way, leave nothing behind. If you challenge Blackfire, you wake the dragon and burn or bow. Gamora, meanwhile, has gone toe-to-toe with cosmic despots and alien monsters many times her size. She survived Thanos' family and lived to fight him, not just survive him. She's fought alongside, and sometimes against the Guardians of the Galaxy, where a single mistake meant universal annihilation. Her ferocity isn't just proven in one-on-one duels, but in wars that determine the fate of millions. Yet always she tempers her wrath, balancing cold efficiency with the razor edge of conscience. So who is fiercer? It depends on how you define it. If ferocity is about relentless ambition, about unleashing destruction without hesitation, Blackfire literally sets the bar ablaze. But if true warrior fierceness is about fighting for more than yourself, about overcoming your darkness, channeling it into defense, as well as attack, Gamora's journey is unrivaled. Ultimately, the answer twists under the light. Blackfire, the storm for herself. Gamora, the sword for the galaxy. Both would stand undefeated in most arenas. But perhaps in the final reckoning, fierceness isn't just about the heat of the fight, but about enduring its hand, transcending it. And in a universe that's always on the edge of collapse, sometimes the fiercest warrior princess is the one who chooses to save it instead of setting it aflame.